In this video, I would like to cover all the points which I learned about being wealthy throughout my life. These are the points. Why mindset plays an important role in being wealthy. Why some people work too hard to make $10,000 to $20,000 a year, and how some others make $1 million a year doing nothing. Why most people will never become rich. Mindset. Don't be a slave, think big. You got one life, achieve everything you want to. Let me give you an analogy. Let's assume some average-looking guy likes a really attractive girl. He thinks that the girl is way out of his league and hence never even bothers to approach her in the first place. On the other hand, the same guy spots an average-looking girl and likes her. He thinks that he is deserving of her and thereby makes an attempt by approaching her. He initiates the conversation, it goes well, they become good friends, and it later turns into a relationship. The same guy could have been with the first girl had he dared to approach her. The effort involved in both activities was the same. It's not like he had to run 10 miles to approach the first girl, but somehow he had some preconceived notions that getting the first girl might be a lot harder. Now I'm not saying he would have got the first girl, but at least he had some chance. If he never gives up and keeps approaching, maybe someday he will get one like the first girl. Same rule applies to making money as well. It takes the same amount of effort to make $10,000 as it takes to make $1 million. People who make billions and people who make a living wage both have the same 24 hours and almost the same amount of physical energy. Hence it's not about how hard you work, it's about if you think yourselves worthy enough to achieve something. Now let's jump to the second point. Why some people work too hard to make $10,000 to $20,000 a year and how some others make $1 million a year doing nothing. I talked to one of my friend who works at a corporation and makes $1,200 per month. He told me, I work extremely hard, yet I'm not rich. I'm sure this question would bother a lot of people, hence here is the answer which I gave him. It's not how much you do, it's what you do. He, like other people, is trying to be the best employee at his office by working hard. Yes, he might get a raise and a promotion, but there is an upper limit to it. His income is capped, no matter how hard he works he is limited by the corporation. Even if he gives 95% effort he will only be best employee of the year. On the other hand, let's say some other individual has set up his own business. No matter how small a business is, his growth potential is unlimited. He might be a roadside food vendor, but there is no limit to what he can achieve. Unlike the employee whose income is capped, this roadside vendor can expand and grow his business by working hard. He can buy real estate with his hard-earned cash and make passive income while he runs his business. If you look from the business perspective, that food vendor might be putting in an effort of only 20%, while Jeff Bezos and Musk might be the ones who put 95%. But the math is, the highest paid employee in the world is Mark Hurd, co-CEO of Oracle, who makes $41.1 million a year. On the other hand, the richest man on earth, Jeff Bezos, netted over $40 billion in 2017, which translates to about $100 million per day. Which means Bezos can make in 12 hours what the richest employee can make in an entire year. I do understand that $40 billion is not liquid cash, it's an increase in personal net worth, but it is significantly substantial. Plus there are a lot of people who want to be employees, and hence it's much tougher to be an employee and make more money. Compared to that number, the number of people who start their business are very low. You can be a below average businessman and yet make more money than a top employee who works at an organization. Now let's move on to the third point. Why most people will never become rich. Another friend who works as an Android developer told me how his business idea failed and he was disappointed. He had a dream of making millions off an app. He told me that he worked 8 months on an app idea, but as it didn't succeed, he gave up and took a job. His job pays him around $6,500 a year. He told me that it's impossible to get rich. Here was my reply. I asked him, how long did you have to work to get you this job? He had to complete schooling for almost 10 years. High school for 2 years. Graduation 4 years. A total of whopping 16 years of time, energy, effort and money to get a job that pays $6,500 a year, and he expects to make $1 million in just 8 months with no prior business experience. Isn't that insane? Dear friends, getting rich takes time. There is a learning curve to everything, and same applies to getting rich as well. You cannot dream of being rich and waking up rich the next day, it's a gradual process and is achievable. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Oh, wait, before that make sure you have pressed the beautiful red subscribe button and press the bell icon to get an instant update about my videos.